So the United States government has banned TikTok. As I tried to check up on an upload to make one last video, I wasn't able to see it because the ban went into effect and I couldn't be able to like videos, I wouldn't be able to comment, I wasn't able to do anything, and it just fell face first into a violation of our First Amendment rights. And I was aware that they were going to do this months ago. So, let me explain. There are these billionaires that run social media companies in the United States that are known for leaking people's personal data. Like Facebook, which we all remember a literal talk with the US government and Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, who is infamous for selling people's user data for personal gain. And the fact that hundreds of millions of American citizens had said, do not ban this app, this violates our rights. And the billionaires have been funneling in the fucking money. What makes me pissed is that they chose the billionaires over the American people, and that is why we will never forgive our own government for doing this shit. After we specifically told them no. We voted you in. And yet you do this shit to us. Who pays you? With our tax dollars. It's us. We voted you in. We got you elected. And yet you do this shit to us. Because you want billionaires to control what we can and cannot see. You told us it was a risk. It was not. Facebook is more of a risk than TikTok ever has been. This goes more than just the TikTok ban. This is about our First Amendment rights. This is how fascism starts in this country. First, they limit what you can and cannot see. That means you're unable to know information. That means you're unable to access the outside world and other people. And the fact that these senators had chose the billionaires just proves one thing only. Our democracy is dead. It is dead and buried. Killed by the very people that are the last to be ever represented. Billionaires. Corporate CEOs, social media companies, all these fucking bastards that have lobbied into getting this bill passed. And yet, after everything we have tried to fight so that this bill would not get passed, it just shows that our government is as effective as a fucking broken door handle it is as useful as a worn out shoe. It is useless. And the fact that our government officials have chose the billionaires over the people just shows that we are entering an oligarchy. Like, I highly doubt this video will ever get far. I hope it does so that people can understand why a lot of people are fucking pissed. And rightfully so. The government has made a huge fucking mistake. Because when you mess with the people, you tend to lose support. When you intentionally say, we're banning TikTok, all while people are burning alive in their fucking homes, while people's livelihoods have been devastated by the fires in LA, washed away by the hurricanes in Florida, which I fucking witnessed firsthand. You had the gall to ban something that a lot of Americans have used. Over 200 million. $200 million Americans or more have used this app. And you took it from over 200 million people. How fucking stupid do you have to be to ban an app that is used by over 200 million people in America? Of any ethnic background, any racial background, any religious background, any political background, any background of Americans used TikTok before it got banned, before it went dark. The last video I saw was about a man who said this is how fascism starts, by removing what we use, what we normally use. An app. The US government was more concerned about a social media app from a foreign country rather than a wildfire that is burning their citizens alive. They are more concerned about an app rather than the gross amounts of wealth inequality in this country. They are more concerned with banning TikTok than helping the citizens, representing the citizens, actually listening to the American people who voted them in, as we have been doing so for over 247 years. And yet they do this to us. TikTok is just the fucking start. They will soon ban anything that doesn't align with the billionaires' interests. Soon, they'll even start banning people from leaving, and that is what kills America. It's not something foreign, but domestic. And the fact that our own elected officials they did this because they were paid to do this. This had nothing to do with national security. This had everything to do with the interests of tech companies like Meta. And speaking of Meta, the very people that pushed this ban and even let it pass had stock in Meta, which is a crime for any politician to hold stock, as it has been since 2020 fucking 3. I addressed this back in the summer of 2024. I've addressed it. And a lot of people were also addressing this. We were telling them no, and they did it anyway. We're no longer represented in this country. The billionaires are now the only ones represented. Because if you have billions of dollars and can pay off politicians, you can get anything legal. You could even have murder legal in this country if you could just pay the right people. You could just walk up to a peasant and shoot them in the head. That is how they can get away with it. They could legalize theft, but only for themselves, not for the people. They can legally steal from people. They do it every day with no repercussions. And we've seen this before in France, in Russia, in China, everywhere. And people here are being exploited. The fact that the US government had let this bill come to pass just shows that our government is no longer in the hands of the people. It is now in the hands of billionaires like Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, or Trump. They can pay our representatives to go against our own interests. And when they start to do that, people tend to get angry. And when you piss enough people off, that's how governments are changed. If you piss enough people off, you will deal with an angry population. The point of a government in a democratic world is to represent the people, not go against their own interests. And we didn't fight a fucking war with England just to do this shit by violating people's rights. We literally have the Constitution that our founding fathers have written, and now that doesn't even matter anymore. What are we fucking doing to this beautiful country? We used to be on top of the world until the billionaires came to power. And when the billionaires came to power, they destroyed everything. They took from us. They pillaged our homes. Like raiders. Like bandits. This was a disgusting abuse of our rights. A disgusting violation of our human rights to free speech. What's next? Is it going to be illegal to start a small business without permission from the billionaires? Is it going to be illegal to start protesting, which is still a fundamental part of our First Amendment rights? And it takes a fucking college student going through his first fucking year in college, in his second semester, to know more about our rights than any American politician has ever done in recent days. I tried to warn you about this months ago on TikTok before it got banned in my home fucking country because our leaders are fucking, I'm gonna say this, they're fucking retarded. And I can say it. I'm gonna say it. Our elected officials are fucking brain dead. While our people suffer, they ban our only way for unbiased information. And they have the gall to own stock in Meta. We are entering a second age of robber barons. But I'm going to give them a new name. This name will hopefully go down in American history. They're going to be known as crypto barons or crypto kings. And I know it sounds like a cryptocurrency thing, I know. But this is the case. Because these people, they own every platform now. And knowing that our only untouched source of reaching out to our fellow Americans is gone. It's all taken away because a bunch of politicians were paid off by billionaires. Nothing fucking new. But you want to know what is surprising? Is that it was unanimously agreed on. Because they've been fucking paid. Like, this is how you piss off millions of people in a single move. This will forever be the most unpopular decision ever made in American government history in the modern day. Like why? We voted you in, and you do this shit to us. Shame on the American government. Shame on our officials. Shame on our senators. Shame on our judges. Shame on every individual who pushed this fucking ban. Shame. All you politicians should feel fucking ashamed. Every last one of you rotten bastards. People have livelihoods on that fucking app. And you decided, fuck you. People have made informative content, and you're like, fuck you. When people have told you no, you went ahead and went, fuck you. This ban was a giant middle finger to every American who used that app. Like, it's a big fuck you to the American people. I hope this video has touched a lot of people. And if there is a chance it'll ever come back, I don't think I can ever use it again.